Today on 6060, we take an inside look on age and its effects on sexuality. We go inside the life of a 60-year-old couple and watch as they face ageism. Ageism refers to the stereotyping and discrimination against people simply because their age. Unfortunately, we live in a society that does not expect older people to be interested in sex. In fact, we believe sexual activity should diminish after middle age. First, we start with an inside interview done by my colleague, Catherine.
How do you think aging affects sexuality?
Psychologically speaking, I don't think it has any effect whatsoever, speaking strictly for myself. Your instincts are what they've always been. A pretty girl walks by and your mind reacts as it always did. Practically speaking, there are a number of issues. I would say at the head of the list would be medication. It has a drastic effect, as does stamina. But as you age, I've noticed that while your age spectrum of interest was a lot broader when you were younger, it's a lot wider as you get older. However, you begin to place a little bit less value on sex and a little bit more on companionship. The value of the personal connection elevates. And for me, that becomes equally as important because on the grand scale, the time that you would spend sexually is minimal compared to the rest of the ticks of the clock in a day. So you need to put the emphasis where the majority of the time is spent, but it's hard to turn off those instincts.
there, she's in a wheelchair. Tell her to get her out of that. Oh, unfortunately, with age, physiological problems arise with sex. Women tend to deal with narrowing and shrinkage of the vagina. The walls become less elastic and dryness becomes a problem, making sex painful. Up to 1 in 4 men have difficulty getting or keeping an erection. When these slowdowns occur, it may cause them to lose interest in sex altogether. Now, here's another insider interview with my colleague, Catherine.
South-facing window.
Okay, now say what you were saying about what you think.
One of the things that I was going to say is that I think whenever you start reaching your maturity, ages of maturity as far as your senior years, that when sex may be more appealing, but yet it's on the decline because some are fearful of the STDs and not knowing who they can trust, and they've already lived a long life with their partner and then one of them passes away or whatever. But I really think that one of the most things that is affected in your senior years is if one of you, if you've lost a child or you've lost parents, which is a normal thing, but if you've lost someone or there's been a bad situation somewhere along in your life, and it seems really predominant now that a lot of senior citizens, senior people in their mid-50s up to 60s and 70s are taking antidepressants, and I think that is a real major drawback because it does affect your stimulus for wanting sex. And so if it wasn't for that, I'd probably really be good to go. So, but yeah, I think that's a major thing that affects a lot of people, and so
And they just feel
therefore,
more accomplished.
yeah, right. And you've lived all these years with this one person, or you've been married for so many years, and you're thinking, okay, it's just going to be there when you decide you do want to, go to bed or have sex or whatever. But I think that's a lot of it, because you feel like, okay, I've got it, and I know where to find it if I want it, or things like that. But I really think that medicines are a major cause on a lot of people not being that sexually active. And men, though, are so used to having a woman cater to them, or not necessarily cater to them, but always be their lifelong partner, that once the wife dies, then there's so many women out there that's looking, that their husbands have passed away or whatever, and
Shut the food, baby. Shut the food. But my heart. What about my heart, Cletus? Don't worry. Don't die on a good note. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. But what about my little problem? Don't worry, baby. I just want to store that song. Like this stuff? Well, how are you going to get him up? Oh, don't worry. I got backup. Got my friendly bottle. Arthritis acting up again, Nate. Hold on a second, okay? Oh, Cletus, you're so funny! I know you love when I do that. Got it, baby. I got it open. Baby. Not again. She's sleeping. This anymore.
Hey, big boy, are you still coming over?